Good morning friends. Today I like to discuss about the VI characteristics in forward bias as well as in reverse bias. In both the cases, when the external field apply across the junction through the external source, then that field modify the complete variation in electron with the number of electrons as well as the velocity of electron. In case of forward bias, the number of electrons will increase across the junction. So, the number will increase and therefore, the amount of current will increase. In case of reverse bias, the number will decrease and the current will correspondingly decreasing. Along with this, there is change in velocity because the velocity depends upon the energy provided to the electron during the motion. So, we consider the equation of the current. The equation of the current I is equal to I s e raised to the power E v upon n k t minus 1, as we have discussed about the notation symbols. E, this is electronic charge, V potential applied, N ideality factor, K Boltzmann constant and T corresponding temperature. If this V is positive, so this complete factor e raised to the power E v upon n k t will positive. So, exponential positive is a big quantity and therefore, this e raised to the power E v upon n k t will be greater than 1, very large in comparison to 1. So, from this expression E upon e to the power E v upon n k t minus 1 is equal to E v e to the power E v upon n k t. So, equation 2 modified as in equation, and this current equation can be drawn here in the form as these two equations. Say this is silica, this is germanium at temperature T. So, this corresponding values is termed as, this is V gamma, that is cut in voltage, and this value is 0.2 volt in germanium and this value is 0.6 volt in silica. This order is milliampere. In the previous module, I have expressed this curve, forward bias curve, in the reference of 10 to the power minus 15 ampere, 10 to the power minus 12 ampere, 10 to the power minus 9 ampere, 10 to the power minus 6 ampere, 10 to the power minus 3 amperes in forward bias case. That is the positive quadrant. Why? It is only because for a very small potential across the junction, the current is very small, and so we can say that is the pico ampere, nano ampere, micro ampere and milliampere. And these kind of devices are continuously in practice to build, so that if the current drawing capacity will be very small, then the source will be more long, and this kind of the practice, this kind of the device is going to prepare in this case. Now, this one is, if we have, say this is the forward bias, configuration, then for the reverse bias, voltage, we have this kind of the curve. So, the current ampere I reverse, here this I forward, and this current is a particular point, it shoot, and this particular point, the voltage where the current is increasing in a very large capacity is known as breakdown voltage. So, we will discuss this reverse bias in the separate way with respect to forward bias. So, let us see the equation 2, how this equation 2 is important for us in the case of the charge carriers. In previous module, we find in equation 2, we have the values as I is milliampere, that is 10 to the power minus 3 ampere, I s is 10 to the power minus 9 ampere. This is current at very low potential. E charge 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb, K that is 1.38 into 10 to the power minus 23 joule per Kelvin, and T is 300 Kelvin, say room temperature. If we substitute by substituting these values, we have 10 to the power minus 3 is equal to 10 to the power minus 9 e raised to the power 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 9 into V upon 2 into 1.38 into 10 to the power minus 23 into 300 or this is 10 to the power minus 3 is equal to 10 to the power minus 9 e raised to the power. This is e raised to the power V upon 2 into 26 into 10 to the power minus 3 volt. We will see this value in later on, but if we have this value, so we have this is 10 to the power 6 is equal to e raised to the power V upon 10 to the power minus 3. Taking log of both the sides, we have what we have, this is 10 to the power 6, 10 to the e raised to the power v upon into 10 to the power minus 3. So, this is 6 into 2.303 is equal to v upon 52 into 10 to the power minus 3, or this v is equal to 6 into 2.303 into 52 into 10 to the power minus 3, that is 0.73 volt. This is your V. This is your V. From the experimental result, we find that this value as V sigma, and this V sigma is 0.75 volt. 75 volt. So, this is experimental and this is theoretical value. This is the theoretical value. So, we say that at this particular temperature, particular room temperature, this voltage is the voltage that corresponds to the milliampere current, or there is a increase in the current. Now, note for the exponential part, that is e raised to the power EV upon this a k t, or e raised to the power this V upon V t, where V t is equal to k t upon E, k t upon E, and n is 1. So, this value is 1.38 into 10 to the power minus 23 joule per Kelvin into 300 upon 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. So, this is 26 millivolt. This is V t, and this is known as, this is termed as noise voltage. Noise voltage. This is what it is, noise voltage. So, this value is nothing but it is V t, it is 26 millivolt. It is the noise voltage that has been developed due to the noise at room temperature. And in case of electronics, this noise voltage play a very dramatic role in the motion of charge carriers inside the substance. So, from this curve, you see this V t is 0.2 volt. So, the V t is equal to 26 millivolt. So, if you want to draw the scale 26 millivolt on this axis, so it is not possible in this way to express it. Now, this is the first part of the forward bias case, and in case of the reverse bias, in the reverse bias case, the current IR is due to the minority charge carriers. That is, in block diagram, we can say this is P, this is N, and here it is the CDR region. This is your CDR, and this part is fixed negative, and here it is positive, fixed positive charge, and this will form a Vj junction potential. Now, here it is holes, here it is the holes, and this side electrons. The external potential is something like this. That at this point a positive potential and this point a negative potential. So, what will happen? These electrons try to move towards the terminal point, away from the junction. That is, motion is away from the junction, means current is 0. No current is flowing across the junction. So, what will happen? This positive potential on this electron, so this positive potential attract this electron. This will attract by this positive potential, and this electron is called as minority charge carrier. And here it is holes. These are holes. So, these holes are attracted by this negative potential. These holes are attracted by negative potential across P. So, due to field across the junction, the number of charge carriers are very small, very small, and that is why the amount of current is 10 to the power minus 6 ampere, that is micro order. It is micro order current. And up to a certain region, up to this point in reverse bias, the current is 0. The current is 0 as it is indicated here. This current is 0 in this case. But by increase of reverse bias voltage, by the increase of reverse bias voltage, when reverse bias voltage increases, then there are movement of the minority charge carriers across the junction, this minority charge carrier across the junction. So, what will happen at the very high potential, that is this potential, when it is very high, then this potential apply on the minority charge carrier, and that potential increase the energy of the minority charge carriers, and this amount of energy will break the bonds in the semiconductor diode, and due to the breaking of bonds there are huge number of electrons available at a certain potential, and that potential is known as breakdown voltage, and the corresponding current will increase, sharp increase at that particular voltage. So, let us see the mechanism of reverse bias voltage. Mechanism of reverse bias. The mechanism of reverse bias is explained with two fundamental concepts. First is avalanche effect, and second one is Zener effect. First is avalanche effect and second is Zener effect. In avalanche effect, reverse bias voltage we can express VB, reverse bias voltage will increase. So, this increase in voltage increase in the kinetic energy of electron, So, suppose this is silica structure, and in this silica structure, say this one is aluminum and here it is hole. This is your hole, empty place, and here it is electron, it is minority charge electron. So, under potential, the energy E is equal to q v, that is minus E into V b in case of electron, over this. If this energy at say V b is 80 volt, V b is 80 volt, this energy 100 electron volt, this energy. And this 100 electron volt energy strike on the bond, these two bonds shared, strike on the bond, and along with this electron, these two electrons make free. So, there are 3 electrons, and these 3 electrons strike 3 different bonds. Each one will make free 3 electrons, and these 3 electrons again fire 3 another electrons, then that will create 27 electrons. The process is something like geometrical process. The geometrical process is something, this can be picturized as, suppose this is the electron and here it is bond, Si bond. So, after breaking there are 3 electrons. After breaking there are 3 electrons. 2 electrons from the Si bond, 2 electrons from Si bond and 1 striking electron. So, we can say these are the 3 electrons. Again these 3 electrons are very high, because continuously say Vb is 100 volt potential applied. So, each electron will strike again another bond, and so these make again 3 electrons free. Again these 3 electrons break, and here it is, you have again this kind of the diagram. So, this process from this electron strike to the bond between 2 silica atom, means there are 2 electrons, these 2 electrons. So, total free electrons after breaking particular bond are 3, 1, 2 and 3, these 3. When these 3 electrons again strike, these 3 electrons, how much energy is here? This electron has 100 electron volt, again this electron has 100 electron volt, because this V is, this is 80 volt to 100 volt. So, 80 to 100 volt, say it is 100 volt, then there is a 100 electron volt energy. The 100 electron volt energy again strike to the bonds, 3 bonds, 3 electron, 3 bonds, then these 3 bonds break to make 3 electrons in each, and again that the process. So, what the number? The number is here, it is 1 electron, that electron is the electron which start the process. So, 1 electron, then here it is 3 electron, the step 1, the 1 electron create 3 electrons, and these 3 electrons create 9 electron, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 electrons, and these 9 electrons create 27 electron, and if the process is continue, so there will be 81 electron. So, this process from 1 to 3 and 3 to 9, 9 to 27, 27 to 81, this process is geometrical process. This process is geometrical process, and this kind of effect is known as avalanche effect. Avalanche effect. Basically, what avalanches is? Avalanche were taken from the geography. Suppose avalanche is something like this. This is the hilltop. This is the hilltop, and if there is some resort, this is the wind. This is the wind. Then, and this part is coming down. This part is coming down. So, what will happen if this is the road? This is the road side. So, this all things are covered to break the road. So, basically this process is avalanche. From a small mass on the top of the hill, when it moves down, then it will create the momentum with the mass, and then this one is complete block of the road. So, this geographical process is known as avalanche. That concept is applied here, avalanche effect for mechanism in reverse bias at high external potential, say 80 to 100 volt. So, that will correspond to the energy. So, this one is the avalanche effect. The second one is Zener effect. In case of Zener effect, the doping concentration is very high. How much it is? Normally, the doping concentration is 1 into 10 to the power 6. What is the meaning of 1 to the power 26? Means one impurity atom among 10 to the power 6 host atoms means, suppose this is silica and here it is aluminum in case of N type. Or phosphorus in case of P type. N type and P type means there is a trivalent and pentavalent. These are the trivalent and pentavalent. While in normal doping, this ratio is 1 into 10 to the power 8. That is 1 upon 10 to the power 8. 1 upon 10 to the power 8 means one impurity atom, and here this is host atom. Here it is host atom. So, how to compare these two data? These two data value can be compared by equalizing. How to equalize? This value 1 upon 10 to the power 6 can be written as 10 to the power 2 upon 10 to the power 8. By multiplying 10 to the power 2 in numerator as well as denominator. Now, it is very simple. Why it is simple? Here it is 1 upon 10 to the power 8, and in this case there is 10 to the power 2. Means from this data we say that doping concentration is 100 times more. That is, doping concentration is 100 times more, and that is why it is called very high doping. 100 times more is very high doping. So, what is the impact? Impact is, if this one is a p-n junction, this is p type and this is n type, then due to the high doping, this part, that is CDR, is approximately 100, or you can say 10 nanometer to 20 nanometer. 10 nanometer to 20 nanometer. So, this width is very, very small. This width is very, very small. So, what is the field? Field across the junction, that is E is equal to V by L. E is equal to V by L. What is V? Say 5 volt. Say 5 volt. A small voltage, something like applied voltage, and L is 100 nanometer. 100 nanometer. So, what the value is? 5 volt upon 10 into 10 to the power minus 9 meter. So, this is 5 into 10 to the power 8 volt per meter. 5 into 10 to the power 8 volt meter means 5000 megavolt. 5000 megavolt, it is very high field, and due to that very high field, when the field developed across this one is due to the high doping, 10 to the power 6 doping, then the force is, the force F is equal to E into this field, E into this field. So, E into this field is very high, and due to this high field, electrons are evaporated from the junction. Electrons are evaporated from the junction, and this evaporated from the junction is termed as field emission. This is known as field emission. So, in case of Zener effect, there is a field emission. It is due to the high field across the junction. It is due to the high doping concentration. So, this is used in case of voltage regulation. This is used in case of voltage regulation in the circuit, while avalanche effect is used as switch case in the electronic circuit, that one has to make on or one make to the off, on and off case of the switch. Then this reverse bias mechanism is used. So, on the basis of this reverse bias mechanism, if we like to have the switch case, then we can very easily understood about this one as this in forward bias, this p-n junction, this is p, this is n, this is your CDR region. p-n junction is equivalent to the circuit as this is on circuit, here it is a cell Vj, junction cell, and this one is a RF. This one is a RF. RF is forward bias resistance. This is forward bias resistance. In case of this is forward, in case of reverse bias, in case of this reverse bias, this equivalent circuit is here it is this switch, the Vj, this is Ri and this is Ct. All these are this is the P type, this is the N type, and all these are enclosed, So, this is called as switching action. Switching action due to the avalanche effect. This is known as junction capacitance. So, this junction capacitance C J is very important when we are discussing high frequency devices. So, this is all about the today lecture, that is the VI characteristic in case of forward bias and reverse bias, and finally, we have seen that this forward bias of the diode is equal to the on of the switch, and reverse bias diode is equivalent to off state of the switch. So, this is all about the today lecture. In the next lecture, we will like to discuss about the application of the forward bias as well as reverse bias in rectifier and regulator. Thank you.